Alright, so this is now simply screwed on to here. Doesn't have to be sealed per se, but the holes that I've drilled for these little screws don't go all the way through. So I think this is looking pretty good. I might put the motor in now, and then we're going to start working on the impeller. So I need to make the impeller, and I don't have any round, so I'm going to use this in the lathe. I'm going to turn it down. And of course, it's a lot easier to hold something that's rectangular in the jaws. That's it. Okay, so I've turned this down, put a 3mm hole through the middle, and now I'm obviously just tapping through to the center, and I'm going to put 2 grub screws in here. Normally I would have machined a brass centerpiece, but because this is a 3mm shaft, I figure this is going to be fine, just like it is. Okay, so here we are. It's this difficult to make an impeller. I've got my little plastic impellers here that I've just cut out, and now this saw is a very nice fit for that thickness of plastic. To do this, we're going to use some super glue. The trick with the impellers is that I'm not too worried about whether they line up, how long they are, for example, because I'll fix that once they're dry using the grinder. Oh, making a bit of a mess here. That's it. We are in. Impeller number 1. Okay. That's it. It can do with a bit of a cleanup. These need to be trimmed, and then we have got a very lightweight, really nice impeller. Okay, I've now just I've opened this out a little bit on the inside, drilled some holes for some wires, and I'm now soldering them onto the brushless motor, one by one. I'm going to then seal those wires in shortly. I've never found sealing wires like this particularly hard. These holes are nicely, the wires slip through. The heat shrink is letting them go that far. But what I do now is simply put some epoxy on this side. I would have liked, if I'd have thought ahead a bit better, I normally put a countersink in here just to hold some of the glue, but I appear to have forgotten to do that. But the trick really is to push the wires in, pull them out, just so that they take the epoxy into the hole. By the time you've done that a couple of times, you've got a nicely sealed wire. So I'll let that harden now. Okay, so I've got this now connected up to the rudder. That's working very nicely. And if I unplug the power from the speed controller, it sort of has a little bit of latent power in there and ticks for a minute and then it's dead. And then when I plug it back in, that's lovely. That means I can turn the power on and off with a micro switch or a relay powered by the Arduino, and this thing will come on and off. That's exactly what I want to know. Okay, stage 2 of the test is to double up the output from the radio into what will be the stern rudder, and here is the bow thruster. And so when I turn, I've got both happening. You can see the top of that's working, and when I turn the power off, we just have the rudder. So that's all going to work really well. Happy with that. There's been a bit of fiddling around. I had to put a little cap, plastic cap, I'll show you that later, on the top of the motor to stop these wires touching it and binding with it. That all works nicely. And now if I use my, oops, center it. If I use my hose, can't talk because I'm blowing hard. There's no leaking at all in that. That's fantastic. So let's put the pump on and see how it goes. Okay, so here we are. That's the motor in its little house. Wow. That is phenomenal. That is great. Fantastic. Very happy.